but that's okay. This morning's my Pilates morning anyway, actually, but my Pilates teacher's in Tasmania, which is exciting. I'm excited that she's in Tasmania. My Pilates teacher actually said she would lend me her camera and I could take it to Africa. So, that's another option, is instead of taking my 18-year-old camera, is to lend a camera. So we'll borrow that. I think we'll get that on Tuesday or something. I don't know. We'll get that somewhere and test it out. I mean, I feel like I think I'm there. Like, I really probably should buy a brand new camera. But, hey, Matt, how you going? But, I don't know. I'm still not completely convinced that, this is not going to do the trick. But, anyway, we're going to go to the beach anyway. Dora, 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 Dora. You know the song? Dora. No, I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to sing. I won't sing, Matt. I'll spare you the singing, Matt. Are you walking, Matt? What are you doing, Matt? It's night time, so I don't know. What are you doing, Matt? What time is it? It's what? 8 o'clock at night, maybe? Hi, don't forget to like. Likes are free. Well, you're the only one there, Matt. So you've liked, so you've done your job. There's no one else there, mate. Good morning. I have my cup of warm whatever it is. I am at the moment at 9:43. So where do you walk at night time at 9:43? I kind of didn't piece that together. Like, when you said you're walking the other day, I thought, oh, he's walking around a lake or something. But, you probably wouldn't walk around a lake at 9:43 and then, I don't know, where are you walking? The streets? And I was asking you the other day, Matt, how's Maria? How's Maria, Matt? Oh, so obviously this drink has got lemon in it. That's why I'm like shaking. I'm supposed to be warming the car up, guys. We are going to the beach. There is a sunrise, but I've missed the sunrise, but it'll be rising still. About to do my drink, but that's right. We're going to still do our drink. How are you, Debbie Sue? How are you? What I prepared earlier. We have to shake the green stuff up, right? And naturally, we got to shake it up, right? Shake it up, baby, now, twist and shout. And then we ring our friend, bring, Debbie Sue. And what would Debbie Sue say? She would say, and there is a time delay. And I don't expect my friend Debbie Sue to always answer either. Because, Debbie Sue could be busy doing something. She can't get back to the phone and message, put a thing in the chat. I think Debbie Sue would say, jump, 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 jump. Or Matt would say, oh, the car is just literally jumping up and down. Look, jump, 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 jump. Funny how that actually happens. Your car actually does one. Well, guys, I think we just found another one. Debbie Sue said, jump, 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 jump. Oh, a little bit's leaking on my arm. I don't shake it up, baby. Shake it up, baby. Now twist and shout. Shake, 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 shake. Yes, I'm making up a song, guys. You're new here. You don't need to understand it. It's all good. But hey, guess what? It's shaken up. That's the main object of this, right? It's green juice. I'm not selling it, guys. You get it from a health food shop. Ah, so good. It makes me feel good. Matt's got here. People will think something else is going on in that car. If it's a rockin', keep on. No, if it's a rockin', don't want to come a knockin'. Where are you? What are you doing? I'm just having some fun. Do you have fun very much, PR Desi? All right, car is warmed up. PR, she's having, exactly, Matt. I'm having fun. Good morning, Dora. How are you? Hey, Wayne, how you going? Okay, guys, I have to put you down. We're going to the beach. If you want to come to the beach for a walk with us, I'm in southeast Queensland in Australia, so we can't touch the phone, guys. So I'm not talking to you on the phone. Sorry, I'm talking to you in the chat. I'm just having a chat. If you want to join along, Matt and Debbie Sue in the chat will say hello to you. They're quite nice people. If you're nice to them, obviously, and nice to me. Otherwise, Matt and Debbie Sue will say, oi, oi. Personally, I don't care what you say to me. It really doesn't affect me at all. I think trolls are just misunderstood people that just don't know how to communicate properly. And, it's really a nice blessing that, a lot of us can, communicate quite well. I mean, it's debatable if I can communicate. Like, if anyone's ever got an email from me, a text from me, I pretty much grab it on. I talk a lot. I pretty much type how I talk, and I just go on a ramble. And I am probably dyslexic. I wasn't actually recognised as dyslexic or anything like that at school. But, yeah, I put, the wrong word in front of the wrong... Yeah, anyway. I'm a shocking speller. And, yeah, I own it. It's fine. I don't care, Some people are really, really great at writing. Like, our friend Debbie Sue is a great writer, and she tells great stories, right? But she's written herself. That's what her channel's about, Simply Debbie Sue. Great Southern Whispers, basically just beautiful stories that she's wrote, not AI written. And she writes them, and then she narrates them, and she's got a beautiful way of writing. I am jealous of that, I'm going to be honest. I mean, I'm not jealous like, I'm any evilness. But like even our friend Susan from High Country Homestead is a great writer. I mean, she writes publicate for, different newspapers, but she's just really descriptive with her writing, and how she explains things. Like even her text messages to me. Most mornings I get a text message from her, and she'll just tell me all these things, and it's just, I love that. It's just, yeah. So some people are really good at talking. Obviously, I like to talk. Debatable if you think I'm interesting or not. I don't really care. But, some people are blessed with talking. Some people are blessed with really, really being able to write. Some people are blessed with both. And it's okay, right? Okay, guys, it is a beautiful, beautiful sunny day here in southeast Queensland. It is winter here. And I tell you, we are having the best winter. I'm about to go on holidays in a couple of weeks to Africa, and I'm starting to feel a little bit like, you know what, this is the nice time of year to be at home. I have this all comfy feeling. We had a fireplace the other day at home in the backyard. We don't have a fire in the house, where I live in southeast Queensland, it doesn't really get that cold, but a couple of nights a year it does get cold, so it's nice to have a fire in the backyard. And we did that on Sunday night. It was lovely. I think we'll do another one this weekend, actually. Debatable if I'll do a live stream. Actually, no, my sister's here. My sister's here, guys. My half-sister's here. We will invite my sister around, so I won't do a live stream, guys. Yeah, so my sister will be around. We'll have a barbecue, cook up in the backyard. We'll get some toasted marshmallows, guys. We'll get some marshmallows. Have a little drink. Not too much of a drink, Dora, just to be clear, a little bit of a drink. So I'm going hiking today with my sister, actually. We're going to go hiking in the Glasshouse Mountains, and then I'm going to take her platypus chasing with our cameras, guys. Yeah. So I'm still playing with my old camera, guys. It's still what I have. I figure, until I decide to buy a new camera, I'm nearly 90% there that I'm going to buy a new camera. Taking photos the other day of the pelicans on the beach, it made me realise that it's just the camera's not fast enough for animal pictures. Like, one off, yes. Like I should take photos of the chickens actually. When the animals move, it's hard to get it. All right, guys, let's get to the beach here. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. And does everyone like my jumper? Do you like my jumper? It's a nice warm jumper. All right. Let's get the beach first. Let's do a jumping for joy. Let's be grateful. We're always got to find something to be grateful for. Tripod. Okay, keys. I Okay, let me show you what we're looking with. Okay. Keys, green juice. Oh, shit. I forgot the camera. I was going to take it. So you know what? We'll bring it. We'll go get it when I take it back. We've got the guys. Say hello to Susan's tractor. We won't get in the way of the tractor. Let it do its business. It's raking up the beach, basically. Oh, we are manifesting a tractor, a red tractor like that for Susan. Any colour would be good. Any colour tractor for Susan. She's on 160 acres down in Victoria, in the Highlands. And a tractor would be so much helpful for her. It's going to turn around and come back, raking up this other side. It feels so nice on your feet. It feels so nice. All right, guys. I like to do a bit of gratefulness here. It's up to you if you want to join me on it. And then I do a jumping for joy because I just have so much fun doing a jumping for joy. And if you laugh, bonus, right? All right, tripod down. Oops, you got a shell. Whoops. There we go. Guys, that was a big jump for Dora there. I don't know if you noticed, but my jumping style has changed in the last, 6 months. Cheers, guys. So, guys, this is southeast Queensland, a place called Redcliffe. If you're new here, that's what I'm telling you. Otherwise, if you're old here, or my old friends, they don't need to know where I am. They know where I am. But weather report, guys, very, very nice. This is a beautiful morning. It's not as flat as it was a couple of days ago, so whale watching might be a little bit jumpy, but we're not whale watching today. I'm going hiking though. This is great weather for hiking. All right, so I'm just going to drink my drink. I'm asking if you want to share what you're grateful for this morning. Now, hello, Kirali. Komodos. Are you like Komodo dragons? Susan's tractor. Are you searching for pelicans today? Yes, I am searching for pelicans, Wayne. You know that. Or dolphins. I'm easy. There could be a dolphin out here, guys. Dolphin watch. Or a turtle. There could be turtles out here. We could take photos of the tractor for Susan. Send it to Susan and she can stick it on a wall. That's a good way of manifesting, right? Is to stick a photo on the wall. I did that quite a few years ago. And believe it or not, I've been to some of those places. I had a photo of Machu Picchu on my wall. The Christ Redeemer down in Rio de Janeiro. The Great Pyramids at Giza. And interestingly enough, I don't know, 5 or 6 years later, I was actually in front of those places. It's interesting how manifestation works, right? You can visualize, you can do like manifestation kind of scrapbooking. I mean, obviously I'm not here to teach you anything. I'm just, this is what I do personally, just share my experiences. The Beast Within 26. Wow, that's an interesting handle name. The Beast Within 26. I'd love to. I always like to know the reasoning behind people's handles. I mean, there doesn't have to be a reason, right? But if there is a story, share. I'd love to know. Secretly, the tractor's collecting all the lost jewellery. Yes, you're probably right. You are probably right, Matt. Nanja, which beach is Australia? Okay, we're in Redcliffe. This is called Sutton's Beach, this main beach over here. Sutton's Beach, got lots of facilities, toilets, good car park, shelter to sit under, barbecues, greeny areas to sit. Yeah, it's a really nice area. There's a surf club down the other end. In winter, you won't have the surf lifesavers up, but in summertime, you will. I think they believe they start again in September. So we're in winter here, that's why. But it's a beautiful place. I live 5 minutes from here. And then if you go down this way, it's more to Margate, down into Clontarf. So if you hang around with me, we're going to walk down to Scott's Point. Actually, you know what, guys? I normally go straight down there. We're going to skip that section today, guys. We're going to go head straight down there because we are looking for pelicans, guys. And pelicans normally, I mean, don't hold me to this. We hardly ever see them that way. I have seen them that way a couple of times, but not many. They normally go down this way because this is where the fishermen hang out this way. That's why they hang out. There's a boat down there, a kayak or something like that. I just saw a kayak down here though. There's a guy sitting up on the beach with a kayak. Where is he? He's actually on the sand right now. I don't know what he's doing, practicing. But pelicans are very smart. They go straight to the source, which is bait. I know it's really bad, right? We shouldn't be encouraging wildlife. I don't encourage them. I'm just watching. But I'm just telling you, if you want to find a pelican, go where the fishing boats are, because that's where you find them. All right, so before I move on, I have to drink the rest of my drink, and then we'll start walking. Wedding cake. Is it safe to swim in the water? Jellyfish, sharks. Yeah, there's sometimes jellyfish, but yeah, it's beautiful today. Look at here it is. It's really beautiful. That's a cold test. How cold is it? Oh, she's pretty cold. She's pretty cold. There are swimmers out here at the moment. They go swimming. There you go. You can see them swimming out there. They wear wetsuits because it's quite cold. Look, there are sharks out here. This used to be a big whaling community. Unfortunately, back in the late 70s, early 80s, the island over across there is Moreton Island. There used to be a whaling station there called Tangalooma Whaling Station. So they used to kill the whales, harpoon them, and drag them up onto a deck up there and cut them all up, and then chuck their pieces that they didn't want back into the ocean here. So we have no whales and lots of sharks, because sharks obviously smelt the blood, and yeah. There are sharks out here, guys. So put it this way, you ain't seen me swimming over all the way over there, okay? I swim here. I mean, you've got to swim, right? There hasn't been a shark taking here. This is not like the Gold Coast or Sunshine Coast or Byron Bay or Bondi Beach, where there are a lot more sharks. Generally, sharks like cooler weather, but it is cold right now, so, they are here. There are sharks up here. There are definitely sharks up here. Yeah, there are. But there's no jellyfish today. Sometimes you see jellyfish. We don't have the Irrigani jellyfish, if that's what you're thinking about, the Irrigani. Irrigani is up north more. If you go up to maybe about Bundaberg, don't hold me to this, apparently the Irrigani is getting lower and lower and lower. There have been sightings on the Sunshine Coast, which is only an hour and a half away from here. So maybe one day this place won't be safe for swimming. You'll have to wear like a stinger suit. Even a stinger suit, you can still get bitten. But I hope not, guys. Let's hope not. So there are no real bad jellyfish here. There are sometimes blue bottles. They're not going to kill you, but they will hurt you. They will sting you. But generally, you'll see them. You'll see them on the beach, and you walk over them and you squash them. So when you see them come on the beach, don't go swimming. You're washing dishes and glancing at chat. Yeah, glance away. Hello, how are you doing? Panter-watting? Hello, how are you? Might need to wear a diaper next time, wedding cake. I saw that comment, I just thought I'd ignore it. But look at you guys. Aussie, yes, I'm Aussie. Multitasking Debbie Sue. Kiwi, no, I'm not a Kiwi actually. So guys, you're welcome to do hashtag Adventure Life and you can share your link. The Nightbot's just reminded you to take some water. I've got more water down there. I'm just going to drink the rest of my green juice and then I'll have some water. Thank you for the reminder, Nightbot. You'll note that I got rid of all the other Nightbots, guys, that I was trying to practice doing. So that was something I needed to do. Where is the stingray? There are sometimes stingrays here. You know, one day I was walking through here. I often find different things. I've even found baby sharks dead on the beach. That was really interesting. I saw a baby shark dead on the beach. It was only very small. That's why I know they're out here, guys. Stingray. So one day I was walking along here and I saw a black stingray just sitting here. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm not going to touch it, right? I'm not going to touch it. You don't touch wildlife. But when I came back the other way, it was still sitting there. I'm like, what the hell's it doing? You know, stingrays don't normally just stay in one spot. Well, I don't really know. I don't really know that much about stingrays, right? But I just thought it was really weird. And then someone else was walking next to me kind of thing. I said, hey, is this normal? Someone rang the authorities. Like there is a number, the council number that you can ring. You know, if you find some injured animal on the beach or something, like dead turtles, or dead fish, whatever. Not dead fish, so I'd probably just say chuck it back in. But, you know, a big turtle, like, you know, sometimes you find these big 100-year-old turtles on the beach and they're dead and they really smell. So the council come and take them away. Anyway, so apparently someone came and I don't know, I didn't hear what happened, but they moved it. So I don't know if it was dead, but there are stingrays here. I've never seen one swimming or anything like that. But yeah, you just asked, so that's why I answered. Matt, I have a laptop and it's setting away from the sink. Have you ever dived? I like scuba diving. Yes, Namja, I do. I've never dived here. There's not really diving here. Where I have dived, believe it or not, I am scared of sharks, guys, but I am getting better and better at sharks because I have a respect for sharks. Because if you go diving or snorkeling, you have to respect sharks, right? That's their ocean, right? You don't find them walking on the land like with us, right? But you find humans in their world, right? So you have to respect animals, especially sharks, because this is their domain, right? So I started diving a couple of years ago, maybe now 13 years ago actually, to be precise. But I'd never dived in Australia. I took my partner, Diego, on an introductory dive for his birthday. And believe it or not, I went out the end here. You can't see this, guys, it's too sunny. But there is an island out there called Moreton Island. Now, guys, young Dora used to go to Moreton Island all the time with her boyfriends back in the day. We'd go camping and they would go surfing. Now, a couple of times we were over there, there were shark attacks. Okay, so I know there's sharks on the other side of that island. And even on this side of the island. Okay, I know there's sharks. I've seen them. So I would never go surfing. I mean, I don't surf. I'm going to be honest, I don't surf. But I would never go surfing on that other side of the island. But surfers have a respect that they love surfing. And if your time has come, your time has come, right? And if a shark gets you, they want to be taken by a shark. You don't want to be like half eaten by a shark. So anyway, I know there's sharks over there. Guess where Dora went bloody diving? There's a beautiful point out here called Flinders Point. It's out on the point, but in the water, obviously. But you know what, guys? It's interesting, right? Dora has dived in a lot of places around the world. Not a lot, but a few, okay? I think I'm up to 25 dives, okay? It's not a lot, but I had never dived in Australia. And that was, to me, the best dive I've ever been on. It's literally across the bay from where I live. It was spectacular. There was coral. We heard whales singing like it was whale season. So when we were coming out on the boat, we saw whales jumping, we saw dolphins. And when we were underwater diving, you could actually hear the whales singing. Spectacular. Actually spectacular. And then we saw really nice coral and we saw turtles. Diego absolutely loved diving. He's a way better diver than me, and he's only didn't dive once. How's that work? Don't ask. I'm a bit of a nervous diver. I love diving, but I guess the more times you dive, you really kind of realise how dangerous it really is. I mean, it is dangerous. Everything's dangerous. Driving a car is dangerous, right? I guess you just need to be better equipped. I'm not equipped. I really, to be honest, I would like to do an advanced dive course, because when you do the advanced dive course, you learn more about the safety aspects of diving and how to kind of save yourself. Yeah, so anyway, you didn't ask for that, so I told you that. Who else? Oh, it's Susan. Hey, Susan. Susan. Oh, your tractor is here. Your tractor is here. Let me zoom in. We were just talking about you, Susan, that I was going to take a photo of the tractor and send it to you, so you could put it on your wall and manifest. We're talking about visualizing manifestation. But it will come back soon, the tractor. It's Friday, so it's going to clean up the beach. And as Matt said, it's probably picking up all the jewellery that someone's lost on the beach. Okay, let me just drink the rest of my drink. Oh, cheers, guys. Susan, how are you feeling this morning, mate? I am still sick, but I think I'm improving. You think? Oh, Susan. We're all manifesting that tractor for you, Susan. Oh, Simply Debbie Sue's talking about the dive. Honestly, it was such a great dive. It was such a great experience to do it, you know, diving with Diego too. We had such a great time. So guys, I'm going to put you down on my tripod. I'm going to get my hat. I'll be back. So let's go for a walk, guys. Let's see what we can see this morning. So I've got my camera and I realise that it's a waste of time taking a photo of the sun, because this camera isn't equipped for taking full sun photos. And yeah, Debbie Sue said maybe if you put a filter over it might help. That's true. I could have, yeah. I'm just not investing any more money into this camera right this minute. I'm borrowing a camera off someone next week, and I'm going to have a check out what it's like on a secondhand, better, like a little bit better camera, and see what what they can do. Not that they've said you can borrow it and take it to Africa. I don't want to borrow someone's camera just because I know that if it gets stolen or lost or broken, or if it just stops working, in the middle of the trip, I have to explain that it just doesn't work anymore and I didn't break it, or I feel obligated to buy them another one or something, and I just rather just take my old camera or buy another one. It's pretty much, I did a short the other day, guys. I used the filming and the pictures that I took on the camera, and pretty much I posted on Instagram too, and plus on shorts here on YouTube. And a lot of my Instagram friends said, get a new camera. They didn't say anything about the quality of my photos. They just said, hey, just get a new camera. The quality wasn't amazing. Listen to the water lapping. I know, it's beautiful, isn't it? I know, I'm sorry I ruined it by talking. But you got a couple of minutes of solace, right? How's Jasper this morning, Susan? And how is Coco? So, just to recap, guys, if you've missed, Susan living on a farm, homesteading. She has quite a few cows. She ended up with a winter calf, which is not normal. Can happen apparently, but normally happens in summertime. So, because it's winter in Australia, and especially where Susan lives, it's bloody cold. She's up a mountain in Victoria. So she just comes across one day that her cow, Coco, has had a calf. And you let nature do its course. So Susan did the right thing, let nature do its course. She, observed from a distance that the little calf was standing up. So, everything was okay. But in greater look, unfortunately, a couple of days later, she realised that the calf was not actually getting any milk from the mum. Coco was a first-time mum, and she didn't realise that she had to actually feed the calf. So the calf was not looking very good. So Susan, being a great human that she is, and look, lots of farmers wouldn't have done this. They would just say, let nature take its course, right? Susan took the calf to the vet. Now, it's not easy to take a calf to the vet, but she took the calf to the vet. And again, remember, vetting is very expensive. And yeah, homesteading is not like, an easy way to live. Money is not flush. But Susan did it anyway, right? Natural reaction from Susan is to help her animals. And unfortunately, after a couple of days at the vet, it was pretty obvious that it was going to take a lot of work and a lot of money and effort to even if his calf was going to survive. And that's not fair. That's not fair on Susan. So Susan made the most, the hardest decision, but the right decision to get the calf put down. And, you've done way more than a farmer would do. Farmers would just literally say, hey, I'm not taking it to the vet, and then just nature would have taken its course. So I know Susan's questioning, did I do the right thing? Should have I tried more? If she did try more, it would have cost a lot more money. And, farm life is not cheap, especially when you don't actually have an income coming in. So we're talking about High Country Homestead, our friend Susan in the chat. And, I'm so, I'm in awe of what Susan does on that farm. She does it by herself. She's a lady over 50, doing it by herself without a man helping. She has help on the farm, but only one day a week. So, I'm in awe of what you do, Susan. So never question what, you do the right decision, because you did the right decision. It just hurt, right? Okay, the night bot said drink some water, so I'm drinking some water. It's hard to feed milk tube Yeah, oh God, that's what Susan was never going to do that. Susan had to have the cow being able to suckle. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been able to do it. And even if she did get the cow being able to suckle, that means that she had to do it 3 days a week, 3 times a day, like get the bottle down there, all the time that would take. It's not like Susan has many other things to do on this farm too, right? So it was just going to be another thing that she'd have to do. So I think, letting nature take its course and, the decisions you made was the right decision. Jasper is sleeping on my feet at the moment. Coco's udders are so big she is having trouble walking. Oh, I hope she does not get matitis. Won't let me milk her. Oh, we win some, we lose some. Oh, crap. Are there crocs? No, there's no crocodiles here. We're in southeast Queensland. If you look on a map, if you look at Brisbane on the map, Brisbane is the capital of Queensland. We're quite we're on the east coast of Australia, but we're kind of in the middle, top middle kind of thing. So the crocodiles are way up north. Though in saying that, there have been sightings, and we have a sighting of a fish out of water, guys. We have a fish out of water. Should we take a photo of a fish out of water? I think that's dead. Should we just have a look? It's definitely dead. All right. Well, let's take a photo of a fish because we've got the camera here. Let's do that. Let's zoom in. Let's duck down. Hold on. Camera down. Phone, sorry, not camera down. This is when we need to squat, guys. Squat, 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 Dora, squat. Isn't it interesting, guys? I've been learning how to squat for different reasons to go to Africa. And, squatting is actually very important when you're actually taking photos because you want to get lower to sometimes, to whatever you're taking a photo of, or better angle, right? Because if you're up high, you're like that, but if you get low, it's a better angle. So maybe, isn't it interesting how the universe turns around? I've been, practicing how to squat for this upcoming trip to Africa, just in case I have to do a wild squat in the wild. And I've noticed that when I've been walking around taking photos, that I've actually been squatting a lot. So isn't it interesting, guys? And you'll love this, and this is another reason why I'm thinking about buying this brand new camera, is I can write it off with tax. So hear me out, guys, okay? Hear me out. So what I do for a living currently is I mentor young adults to want to work. So, I'm encouraging them, giving them skills to hold on to a job and to get a job. Because a lot of people with, young people with disabilities, they don't have those soft skills like resilience. Oh my God, resilience. A lot of young people, not even just people with disabilities, don't have resilience, right? And there's many ways to go about it, right? And so I'm not a social worker or anything like that, guys. I've just worked a hell of a lot of time with people with disabilities and tried to get them jobs. So this is kind of a different angle that I do. I've got more time to help people get jobs, whereas my previous world of working was jam anyone with a disability into a job because we got money for it. Not me personally, but the company. So that's how I, ran my business, ran work. This is a different scenario where they believe that a more holistic way of helping someone is to actually give them the skills before they actually get a job. So debatable, because I do believe that, if I got one of these guys a job, a lot of the other things might sort themselves out. But at the same time, I see that by just getting someone a job and letting those other things sort themselves out can sometimes fail. Like, for example, I ran into an old client of mine yesterday, actually. I helped her quite a few times get jobs, and a lot of times she fell out of the job. She got fired. And, you know, when you get fired from a job, regardless if you have a disability or not, it's actually quite debilitating. I don't know if you've in the chat if you've been fired before, but it's not a nice feeling, right? Especially when, you know, you are young and impressionable and, you know, someone says, you know, you're not doing a good job. And if you don't do a good job by another, you know, 2 weeks or another 2 weeks after that, we're going to let you go. And you just can't make it. And then you just get fired. So a lot of people actually have depression from like getting fired from jobs. Then it becomes a whole cycle, right? So anyway, long story short, this lady that I ran into yesterday, Emily, I shouldn't say names, but anyway, you don't know who I'm talking about. I ran into her yesterday and she helped me with something where she's working now. And she's doing so well. And I said to her, good on you. He said, how long have you been working here? And she's like, blah, blah, blah. And I went, you know what? I said, when I first met you, unfortunately, kind of went in and out of jobs. And I said, and, look at you now. You're thriving because she's found a job that actually suits her way more. And like the old style of employment that I used to be in was all about jamming bodies into jobs. And look, a lot of people will fail out of that situation, but a lot of people will win. And when they see win means the company will get money. I know it's really sad to look like that, but that's unfortunately how business works. But you're talking about humans, right? Humans getting, jammed into jobs that don't suit them, but just go to the job. You might like it. And of course they don't like it, or something happens that they can't do it physically or mentally. And then they're worse off. So I'm on a tangent, guys, at the moment, but I am really passionate about this. But anyway, where I'm going with this is how can I end up getting a camera and trying to write it off? Let me tell you that. Let me justify why I could try to do this. Let me think about it. This is what I'm thinking. So, my 2 clients that I currently work with, there's about 4 of them that I do work with, but 2 main ones, they actually like taking photos with their phones. They will take a photo and show me. They'll go, hey, look at this photo I took on a holiday, or they'll send me a photo and they'll go, look at this photo. And I'll go, crap, that's a really good photo. Like really good. They both actually have pretty good eye for taking photos. And obviously, are they going to become photographers? Probably not, guys. But, part of this kind of holistic way of, helping someone, a young person, develop their skills is to get them away from bloody YouTube. I know I'm on YouTube. I know that. This is an oxymoron, right? I love YouTube, and I'm on YouTube doing a live stream, and I'm on a rant, and but I'm talking about how young people today, if they're not out and about doing what they're, work experience or working or doing something, they're at home watching YouTube. And look, I love YouTube, but at the same time, I see what it's doing to young people. Like specifically one that I work with, he talks in headlines. He will say, hey, Mount Vesuvius is going to blow. I went, huh? He goes, Mount Vesuvius is going to blow. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, it says Mount Vesuvius is going to blow. I said, Ethan. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say names. I said, that's a headline on YouTube. They want you to read, they want you to watch the video. Watch the video and then see what it says. It might say Mount Vesuvius is going to blow in 20 years' time. But they don't say that in the headline, right? And you're repeating what the headline says. So anyway, long story short, this is coming out in his communication. He doesn't communicate in conversation, like the full conversation. He'll just go, blah, blah, like a statement, like a headline. And that's a lot of young people are actually talking like that now because they read so much on YouTube and they're not actually watching the YouTube video. They're just flicking through videos. So it's very interesting. But anyway, and then my other client, if she's not with me or with other support workers that she's doing, she cannot wait to get home to watch YouTube. Like, what are you going to do this afternoon? Go home and watch my series on YouTube? Like, you should take the dog for a walk. No. I'd rather watch YouTube. I'm like, oh, okay. And so these are our young people. So yes, I know I'm on a rant. Ninja says he wants to visit Australia one day. You've got a disability card, government issued. Squatting here is when you live in someone's empty house. Yes, actually, Matt, you know what I heard about yesterday? Sorry, guys, I swap and change in many conversations. This is just part of who I am. I'm not sorry. This is just how it is. So my last night for dinner, I had my friend Tammy over, who's been staying at my house through the day using our Wi-Fi, and then she's been staying on a boat. And then I had my sister over because I just picked her up from the plane yesterday, and she's coming from Sydney for a visit. So my friend Tammy's been one of my oldest friends, not one of them, but she's I've got a few, since I've probably been about 20. So 30 years I've known her. And she's never met my sister. So it was nice for them to meet last night, and they got on really well. So we had dinner last night. Diego cooked an amazing roast chicken with roast vegetables. I'm very, very lucky to have such a beautiful man in my life that, likes to cook. So I went out and got my sister from the airport, took my sister to her Airbnb, and came back, and we all had a couple of drinks. And yeah, it was not lovely. But on that conversation, we were talking about squatting, Matt. Because apparently old boats, there's a lot of boats in marinas that haven't got anyone living on them. Well, no one goes to see their boat because, they're paying for the mooring, but they just don't go boating anymore. So guess what? People move into these boats. And apparently it's actually getting a little bit dangerous because old boats, if they're just sitting there doing nothing, they could have issues. And then people are moving onto them and living on them, and then the boats sink. So yeah, that's a thing apparently. Squatting on boats. Squatters' rights. Susan says, no, Simply Debbie Sue says, Susan, I love photography and I always say, whatever it takes to get the shot. That is fantastic, Dora. Helping people to feel worthy and independent. Well, that's the thing, right? Worthy and independent is a massive skill. It's a soft skill that a lot of our young people are not getting. Oh my gosh, how beautiful is that? I want to take a photo of that. Okay, let's try to see how we can do this. Let's put the tripod down. Actually, I'm going to put you guys down too. Practice that squat, right? Okay. Be careful when you squat when you've got keys in your pants. It cuts into you. Oh. So what I want to test out today, guys, is there's a sports mode on this, right? So basically for action shots, sports mode normal. So someone said, actually my friend Tammy said, what if you put it on sports mode? It might take a faster photo for animals. So that's what we're going to test out today. So we're on sports mode. We're just going to find an animal to take a photo of first. Oh yeah, back to the camera. So, I figure with my job, I do have scope that I can do social stuff too, but I don't feel like I should do that all the time because the government pay for this system, right? How I get paid. So effectively, technically, I kind of work for the government, so to speak. But
it's money that, our taxes in here in Australia pay for. And I don't feel very comfortable about, taking people to movies every week or anything like that. I don't do that personally, but I know that there are clients that get taken to movies every week. It's not paid for, the movies aren't paid for by the government, but the actual support, a support worker like myself, technically, will take them to a movie. Now, a lot of clients actually do have the independence, they could do that themselves, but because they have a plan from the government that gives them money, and, we are becoming a lazier community, that, I'd rather just have someone come pick me up from home, take me to the movies, watch a movie with me so I don't have to sit there by myself, and then take me home. And the government are starting to get a little bit cross with the idea that, that's a lot of even able-bodied people they don't go to the movies every week. So anyway, long story short, that funding will get squashed sooner or later, okay? I'm just being honest, it's going to happen. So what I'm trying to do is give these clients a different hobby than watching bloody YouTube. I shouldn't say bloody YouTube, because YouTube is a great place, but you need to use it in the right way, right? Some of us in the chat are, trying to balance, I could even be talking about myself, could be trying to balance the use of YouTube, not always just doing live streaming, doing, making some videos, actually going out and making the video. I reckon that's the fun part, right? I love that part of it, and not actually being on YouTube. But I really do like doing live streaming. I like chatting to you guys. I know it sounds you're like, sure, Dora, you're just on a rant. You're not even talking to people in the chat. I mean, I am sometimes. Is older people are okay on YouTube? We didn't have this clicky, etc. I think older women, I don't know what Marcus is saying there. Shout out from Dallas, Texas. Well, welcome in Dallas, Texas. Welcome to Australia. See me put on an accent there? It's a bit weird accent. It's like, howdy, friend. Welcome to Australia. That's not how it works, just to be clear. That's just me having a bit of a joke. Look at all the seagrass here. Seaweed. That's not normal. It's just, again, different weather patterns. All right, we're hoping that we see a koala, a pelican on the other side of this, guys. That is what we're looking for, a pelican. Oh, Susan, this is another thing that I think would be great on your farm. One of these things, Susan. What do you reckon, Susan? I mean, a tractor would be better, but that kind of thing with something kind of that could be like a tractor in a way. Does all the work for you. That's a cool machine. I mean, a tractor would be better, but that'd be cool too, Susan. I mean, if that's miraculously going to appear on your farm, I'm thinking you're going to take it. It could be used, right? Children will gravitate to easy things. Yeah, but is that right though, Matt? Shouldn't, family or parents or teachers and whoever be trying to teach them that, things aren't always easy? Because this is why a lot of young people are developing mental health, because we're not even talking about people with disabilities, right? Because they get rejected from jobs and they think, oh, wait on, everything got given to me when I was at school. I won, everyone won awards for everything. No one had any of that rejection. So that's why resilience is a really good thing to learn, because kids haven't actually learnt resilience. They've learnt that, oh my gosh, look at this, guys. That is a measure, an antique measurer. Oh my God, guys. I don't photo that. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to send that to Diego, because that's like a building measurer. See here, guys, look at this. This is hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm going to put you down because I can't do this all the same time. Put you on my tripod. Do you want to know if it works? Should we see if it works? Okay, that's the wrong way. Oh, still the wrong way. Oh, what's going on with the camera now? Okay, for some reason I can't turn my phone. Oh, shit. I can't turn it around. Okay, that's great. Okay, we can turn it around this way. Let's see if this is stable, guys. Let's see if the... Can we read that, guys? Oh, gosh, look, it's stable. Look at the little button. Huh? Can you see that? It's actually... Oh, what am I going on here? There we go. Can you see that, guys? It actually works. I don't know why, but I think my fingers are wet. That's why it's not working. Give me a second. Oh, oops. There you go. See, the guys, I've put it on here, and it's actually, the bubble is actually bubbling. So it's actually works. Guys, does anyone need, what do you call these things? It works. It's a level, that's it. That is cool. Look at it, it's got barnacles on it, guys. It's got barnacles on it, and that still works. Old technology, guys, it works. They're just telling me more, that maybe old technology is the best technology. Old camera, 18-year-old camera. That is so funny that this level actually works. Okay, I'm going to take another photo of this one. This is hilarious. Hilarious. Okay. I'm going to change it to IA. IA is like the easy mode. I'm easy. If I actually turn the camera on, Dora. Okay, it's a bit of too much sun. Okay, this is the problem with this old camera. There's way too much sun that way. There's just a lot of sun. And my photo is just looking, I know you guys, you can't really see it. Actually, hold on. I turn it in there. There you go, you can see it. It's got one of those viewfinders, but I find it easier to see out of this thing better. You can either do one or the other. I'd rather see out of there than that thing. But let's set up the camera just so you can see. See, if you go into the sun, it's way too much sun. See that line? That comes in the photo. And guys, if you're new here, I'm not a photographer. I'm just playing. And I just like playing because it's just fun. And even though that's sunny, just still... Actually, what if I go on the other side, Dora? That might be smarter, eh? Just a word of warning. These are goddamn slippery, guys. So slippery. You'll head arse over tit, literally. These are stormwater drains. So don't stand on them. You'll friggin' fall over. Okay, this is a better angle. Can't see it. Okay, hold on. Let's turn it around. Let's turn it around. There we go. Are we stable, guys? Are we stable? We are kind of stable. Yeah. All right, that's a better angle, guys. That's a better angle. Oh, but the only problem is my body's in the way. See how my body's in the way of the shadow? Okay, you know, you can't fix everything, right? That's maybe a better angle. That's better, kinda. Still got sun in it though, Dora. You still got sun in it. So let me show you the photo, guys. I just put this little thing down. And my last photo. Actually, that's not bad, guys. I don't know if you can see that, guys. That's actually not a bad photo. Hold on. There's too much sun here to show you the photo. Actually, that's not a bad photo, guys. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that, guys. That's not bad. It shows that I'm on the beach. Because when when you're trying to take a photo, you want to show, like, tell a story of where you are. Yeah, right. Cool. Well, I'm going to leave that there. Someone can pick that up later. Actually, I'm going to take a photo with I'm going to just zoom out for a second, guys, of buff. I'm going to take a photo with the camera on the phone. So just give me a second. A spirit level. That's damn cool. Good morning. Take it home to Diego. Yeah, I could, eh? So, oh, you know what would be funny? I could give him that as his birthday present. So when I'm on holidays, it's his birthday. So I'm going to do a little treasure hunt for him. I've got a few little different birthday presents. So you're right, Susan. I'm going to come back and get that. All right, I'll drive the car back up later on and I'll get it. I'll chuck it in the back of the car. I know Susan was probably joking, but, you know, you be careful, Dora. She takes things seriously. I am. I'm going to wrap it up and that can be a present for him. One of the presents that doesn't, you know, he can chuck that one away. But I think he'll I'll take a photo of it. Also, he'll think it's funny. So this is the boat ramp, guys. It's full of sand. Normally I have to step up onto it and then get back down onto the beach. So if we go down further down here, a lot of the erosion from the sand has moved all the way down here. And there's rocks. Okay, guys, our kayak is coming in. You know what that means, guys? The pelican is going to come. I don't know where the pelican is, but by George, the pelican will find him. So you watch, guys. Give us about 10 minutes. We'll come back on our way back. The pelican will come back. Because the pelicans know that when boats or kayaks come into the beach, that when they finish fishing, they end up getting all the bait from the fishermen. I don't say that's a really good thing to do because pelicans now rely on that. I don't know if you've seen me on the beach here. The pelicans go right up to the fishermen. They're not shy of the humans at all. They won't come up to me, obviously, because I don't have any fish. But if I pretended I had fish, they'd come up to me. And a lot of people do that. They pretend so that, you know, animals can come up to them. That's not a good thing to do. Don't do that. It might make a good photo, but it's not worth it. Lee Song. Hey, Lee Song. 12 likes. Reminder, drink some water, guys. Just waiting for that pelican to turn up. Now, guys, I might actually go sit up here, guys. I don't know if I'll... Let's see what happens. I don't actually need to go for a long walk today, guys, because I'm going hiking with my sister. So I would rather sit up here and wait for this pelican to come in. Oh, I was going to say there's a pelican, but no, it's a seagull's coming in. You watch, we'll end up with a pelican flying in. Let's sit down over here on these sandbags. Hopefully I don't get cut out. Because a lot of times when I get away from the beach, when I go up to here, I don't know, the data just turns off. I don't know, the reception's not good. Okay, let's sit our wet ass over here. We can have a wet ass, it's fine. Bit of wet ass won't hurt anyone. All right. Oh, well, there's a plane. There is a plane up there. And you never know, sitting here we might even see a turtle or two pop their little head up, or even a dolphin. We have seen dolphins here. We've seen dolphins, we've seen baby sharks dead. We've seen dead pelicans. I don't know if you remember that, guys. That was pretty mortifying. I probably don't really want to remember that, but I saw a dead pelican on the beach. I've showed you turtles, not on the beach dead. I've seen lots of seagulls. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't seen whales. You don't actually get to see whales out here. I don't know why anymore. They've not come back. I think they're scared. They've heard the stories that this used to be a whaling station in here and they just don't come here anymore. If they didn't do that, this place would be plentiful with whales, and I don't think my mum and dad would have been able to afford to move here because it would have been so expensive, because tourism would have been like boom town, right? Boom town. Okay, where is the pelicans, guys? They've obviously found something else to eat this morning, because they would normally be straight onto this guy. You watch. It'll come. It'll come. I have faith. You watch, guys. Oh, what's happened, Susan? I didn't realise you'd gone, but that's cool. You go do what you need to do, mate. I'm just waiting for the pelicans because this guy's just come in on his kayak. He's been fishing. Oh, he might be going to the... Oh, no, he's going to get his car and drive it in. But this is the prime time that pelicans come because they know that, you know, there's going to be maybe some food to be chucked out. But there's no pelicans. Where the hell? Where are you? But this is part of wildlife, right? You don't just see pelican because you think you're going to see a pelican. They come in their own time. But if you can time it well, like how I'm timing it right now, there's a chance. It's a chance. It's 50-50. Either I'm going to see one or I'm not going to see one. Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. Because yesterday we saw pelicans. Was it yesterday? No, I don't think I did live yesterday. I didn't do a live yesterday. Wednesday we saw one. Oh, actually, guys, I can show you. I can show you. So, this U-Butte thing, you turn it on and you turn this down and there's a photo. So, if I want to see more photos, that was just that photo we took. Okay, how do we do that? We don't want to delete it. We want to see more photos. I haven't figured out... Oh, here, that's zooming in on the photo. That's actually not a bad photo, guys. Okay, there we go. That's the other photo. Too much sun. Way too much sun. Actually, that's not a bad photo. Oh, you can't see that. There's a reflection, I know. Dead fish. Sexy legs, sexy legs, sexy... Oh, look, guys, there's a pelican. No pelican out here. So this guy's coming in. He's bringing his car in to tow the kayak back up. No, I thought there was a bird coming, but it's not. Honestly, normally this works, guys. A lot of you guys have been around a lot when I've been walking. You know that this is normally pelican area, especially when there's a kayaker or a fisherman out. But anyway, let me look at these photos. That's actually not a bad photo, actually. Not a bad photo, Dora. So this is from 2 days ago. I haven't put these on the computer yet, so... So for an 18-year-old camera, she don't do too bad. Okay, so this is the spot where I realised that I need a new camera for Africa. Because I took a photo, and by the time it, like, I don't know, does its thing, when you take a photo, I'll show you actually, guys. Let me show you. Let me show you. Turn that on. Turn that back on. Whoops. Take your lid off. Watch this, right? Just pretend there's something over there. Take a photo. Whoops. Oh. By the time I want to take another photo, you've got to wait that couple of seconds. I know it's only a couple of seconds, Dora, but what happened with the pelican? It moved. So let me just get back to that photo. Come on. Why aren't you zooming? Oh, here we go. I can't figure out my way of... that you can get all the photos on here all at once to zoom through, but I can't figure out how to do that. Not this minute yet. But I will figure it out. I used to know how to do it. Where's that pelican? So by the time I took a photo... That's a nice photo. I took that, and by the time I took the next photo, he was already... Oh, no, that wasn't it. Oh, he was already in the water. So I had to zoom in on him. Maybe that wasn't the picture. God, maybe I'm lying. Okay, I don't know. Just ignore me. But there was a situation. I was like, wait on. So old man, the kayak in the back of his car, and we've missed the opportunity. Pelicans, you missed the opportunity to get some fish or even bait. Maybe that guy's a good guy, right? He doesn't want to feed the pelicans because, you know, pelicans are wild. You shouldn't feed pelicans. Even if you're fishing and you need to get rid of your bait, just take it home. There's another kayaker out there. All right, well... What are we going to do, guys? What are we going to do? We have 37% battery. I figure we're going to go back walking that way. Turn you off. I do want to test out the fast mode this morning. I do want to test out the fast mode. The sports mode. Oh, actually, while we're sitting here, take that off again. Take that off again. Okay. You put it on sports mode. Sports mode is that one, the little running man. I don't know if you can see that, guys. There's a little running man. It's too much sun. So we've got it on. Oh, we've got to turn it on. Duh. There we go. So we've got EVF or LCD. That's an LCD screen. So EVF is this guy. I don't know what it stands for, guys, but that's what you look through. I like looking through that one. Whereas the vlogging camera I've got at home only has an LCD screen, and it's really hard. It's really hard to see like things when you're looking into the sun like this. You get a reflection depending on which way you're looking. I don't know. Actually, maybe it's vlogging cameras. This one doesn't. This one's actually okay, but yeah. Anyway, let's just test out this fast mode, guys. Let's test this out. So we're on fast mode. Let's see if we just take a photo. I know there's lots of sun, guys, but that's not the point. It's still the same. It's a couple of seconds delay. New cameras, you can just get boom, 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 and get lots of photos. So obviously, if an elephant's walking by, you can get the whole session kind of thing. Do I want to get the whole session? Probably. Yeah, no, that doesn't change anything. That doesn't change anything, Dora. We've tried it. We've tested it. Doesn't. So what we're working with is a Lumix, a Panasonic Lumix DMC F2 Z28. I don't know if that means anything to anyone, but yeah, it's got a little microphone there. So there is a video mode. The video is not too bad, to be honest. I mean, it does pick up sound, but the actual image is probably not the best. Guys, let me put my camera back on my head properly. Oh. All right. Let's walk back this way. Well, we tried to see a pelican. We tried. Such a beautiful day. Such a great day for hiking. And I really hope that I can show my sister a platypus up where my mum lives in Mullaney. I'm sure my sister's seen a platypus before in the wild. I don't know, maybe she hasn't. But she's brought her camera with her. So we're going to go out taking photos together. Won't that be fun? We're going for a hike and taking photos together. So to finish off my story about the camera, so if I buy the brand new camera, I'm planning to I've actually got two of these cameras. I bought one for Diego, secondhand from a prawn shop, which is like a secondhand shop, right, that sells electrical stuff. So we've got two of them. I'm actually using the one that I bought for him. The one that I owned, who's has been very used. See these little eyelets here that you hang these things? They're actually gone really not mouldy. They've gone like when they've had too much salt. They've been too much to the beach or something. They get erosion on them. So basically, I'm not taking that one with me because it's going to fall off. The eyelet's going to fall, and then the camera will fall on the ground. So. But it still works, right? It still works. I mean, it still holds, but I just don't want to risk it when I'm going to Africa, right? But anyway, long story short, I thought I would give both cameras, one each to my clients, so that we can go together taking photos. And to be honest, I don't even need to take I don't even buy a new camera. I could just take, I don't take them both at the same time anyway. We could both use one of my cameras each, since I've got two of them, and we could both, go and take photos together. Not that I'm a professional camera taker, but, let them figure it out themselves. Like, that's why I'm just self-taught. I just take photos and see what happens. And look, they obviously have an eye because with their phones, they take nice photos. So maybe it'd be nice for them to learn a little bit about photography by playing with it themselves. I guess the idea, though, is I'd like them to take the camera home so that they can actually play with it in their own time. Like, i.e., they don't need me. And instead of watching YouTube, they can go take photos somewhere. How beautiful is that, guys? I'm going to take a photo of that. That is gorgeous. That is stunning right there. Look at the trees. These are called Norfolk pines. Wow. There's an island off Australia called Norfolk Island. I've never been. Okay, so let me show you what I'm dealing with here, guys. There's a little bit of too much sun. See, with this camera, you can actually see there's no sun coming through. But with this camera, see the sun? I don't know if you can see that, but it's not that clear because there's too much sun coming from there. If you have a look here, straight into the sun, it doesn't process it. Where cameras, new cameras, they're mirrorless. So the sunlight goes through the lens and bounces back out, so you don't actually get the bad image. But again, I've got old technology, right? So I'm going to put it onto, I'm just going to show you, and put on the camera, the movie. That's the movie one. They call it motion. Here we go, that's where we're going to take a video. There we go, it's on video mode. That looks nice. But then you go into the sun. It's not so bad, but it is what it is. And then we're going to go back up this way. Actually, that's not too bad. Not too bad. And we can zoom in. Zoom in on the rocks here. I mean, I don't know why you'd want to, but you can. And you've got some guys having a chat over here. We'll zoom in over there. You can really zoom in. So you can write the zoom in on people's faces. That's a bit of privacy, guys, but interesting. That's a toilet, guys. That's a public toilet. You can zoom in on the public toilet. That's the ladies' toilet just there. It's a bit weird that I'm zooming in on the public toilet. All right, and then we just turn it off. And that's it off. All right. I've had my play. I do like playing with this camera. I'm going to be honest. I do like playing with it. And you're right. If I got a new camera, there'd be a lot more things to play with. I think I'd have a lot more fun. But okay, I'm nearly there. But like I said, I think it'd be really nice to be able to give a camera to my clients to have a play with. I mean, they might not ever use it without me, but they might use it just with me. And that's fine. Like I said, if I bought a brand new camera, I don't need these old cameras anymore. And they're not going to be buying a brand new camera, right? But, by playing with mine, their parents might buy them a second-hand camera and a better quality one. You never know. Or they might save up and buy one. Who knows? Anyway, that's my theory. And look, no one, I can just buy one and I can write it off. I just have to justify it, because if I got audited by the government, I would have to, my clients would have to say, yeah, no, Dora took us out, gave us a camera each, and, we go out legitimately looking for things in the wild, take photos of. And I think the government would go, that's a really good idea. Because, look at that, isn't that beautiful? The colours, I'm going to take a photo of that. Because, we are trying to get young people to be more, outdoors, man, in society. Okay, let's see if we can take a photo of that. Oh, that's too much sun. Too much sun, Dora. Too much sun. Whoa. Oh. Still too much sun. No, it's way too much sun. Whoops. Well, this has been a really nice way to start my morning off with just a gentle walk, not me flogging myself. I mean, I am going to flog myself later on by going for a hike. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. One of the things that my sister and I love doing together is walking. My sister is my half-sister. My dad obviously loved walking and going out bushwalking, and he would take a camera and take photos of mostly plants. My dad was definitely a plant lover. I mean, he does love wildlife too. He would take photos of wildlife too, but he was more into plants. So my sister's quite into plants too. She's really into it. She definitely takes after my father more in that respect. So it'll be nice for us to go out in the bush and take some photos together. Probably what I should have done is actually put my batteries on charge, Dora. I've only got the one battery that's in the camera, which is fine. I think I'm not taking video footage, right? I'm just taking photos. That's fine. Yeah, what a beautiful way to start the day. And obviously I understand that not everyone has a beach to walk on to start their day. But, I think if I can share anything with you is that, find some joy in going for a walk in nature. Hello, birdie. And, like walking in a park. Even walking in a park in, like if you were in the middle of the city, just say you were in Brisbane City, there's some beautiful parks in the city. You can walk around the city. There's no excuses, right? There are beautiful parks. And, like, even if it's a shitty park, there'll be something beautiful in it. You just got to find the beauty in it, I guess. So our friend Matt Launton, guys, he's been walking at night time. Matt didn't really kind of answer me where he was walking. I mean, he doesn't, for safety, he doesn't say where he's walking. But, like, I'm just curious about Matt walking at, like, 10 o'clock at night. And why? I guess it's warm over in England at the moment, right? So I guess it makes sense to be walking at night time because it's cooler. Maybe that is it. It's just weird hearing him walking at night time. See you, mate. You've got to get out of your PJs and feed the animals. See you, Susan. I do hope you feel a bit better later on, mate. Whew, I tell you, I'm actually starting to warm up. And this jumper is a bit hard to take off and wrap around my body, so I think I will just persevere. I don't have too much longer to walk. I'm trying to find the spot on the walk that's not so hard. It's a bit more harder to walk. Like I'm sinking. So I'm just trying to find see how it's quite soft to walk on? So it makes it harder to walk, which is great for your bum muscles. Gonna be honest, it's great for your bum muscles. But as I said, I'm walking a lot today with my sister, so I don't really need to flog myself. So I'm just trying to find it's probably here, guys. It's more flatter. Oh yeah, this is heaps easier. My feet aren't sinking into the sand. I'm just walking flatly. Yeah, this is great. That's better. That is better. Yeah, so my Pilates teacher is down in Tasmania. She's gone on a trip by herself. I'm so proud of her. This is her first trip that she's done by herself. She's a mum, she's a grandmother, a wife, a Pilates teacher, a friend, all the things, right? But she's never had a holiday to herself, just to have some time to herself. It's really, really good. I mean, not everyone wants to do things by yourself, I get that, but I actually think she's going to so much benefit from this time off to herself, just not to have, children calling her saying, hey, this happened to the grandchild, or grandchild's, being dumped at the house for her to look after all the time. So she's just going to have, or a husband saying, hey, can you help me do this? Or, make me lunch, do the dishes. No, I don't think it's like that, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm really excited about her having 4 days off. She's not going back till Tuesday afternoon. So I won't have Pilates next Tuesday either. Hey, Deb Warwick. How are you, mate? Congratulations. So can everyone say congratulations to Deb? Deb has another grand baby, a little girl. Beautiful photos. Thank you for sending them, Deb. Congratulations, Deb. I know you love your family. Deb, is it the family that are living with you or the family that are in Colorado? Oh, yeah. So is this the baby going to be living with you? Because otherwise, that's going to be a great experience for you, Deb. So Deb is our friend from Texas. She has actually just recently got her family, one of her children and their family, living with her. So, the extended family living situation. And, it's helping her children out, but it's also being really beneficial for Deb to have her child around, plus her family, grandchildren, and it could be a baby. I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing, to be honest. Let's have a look. Oh, we have Susie traveling around with Susie. Hey, Susie, how you going? Welcome in. We are at the beach and we are actually testing out an old camera. Susie, are you at all into photography, taking photos and stuff? When you travel around? I have a feeling you are, to be honest. But yeah, Susie, I have this old camera with me. It is a Panasonic Lumix. It's an old camera. It's 18 years old. But, I'm just testing it out to see if I should take it to Africa with me. I'm going to Africa in about 2 weeks' time. And obviously the whole idea of going to Africa is to see lots of animals and take photos and just, actually enjoy the animals and actually not just take photos. Take that back. But obviously I would like to have some nice memories of the trip. I could use my phone. My phone these days, phone technology is amazing. But when you zoom in on things, like for example, let's see, there's an elephant there. When you zoom in, it becomes a bit grainy. I don't want a grainy photo. I'm being a bit spoilt. But I want a nice photo. And that's why you use cameras, right? Cameras can take nice photos. But we are testing it out. We've been taking it to the beach most mornings, playing around with it. I've been taking it for walks in the afternoon. I'm going to take it hiking today with my sister, who's up visiting from Sydney. And we're going to go platypus chasing this afternoon. And unfortunately, guys, we're not taking you with us. But I might show you some photos later on. But, yeah, I'm just I have found another camera. It's a brand new one. I can get a good discount because a friend of mine works at a particular electrical store and I can get a good discount. So I'm just floating the idea of getting a new camera. I'm justifying it by many different things and even thinking about trying to use it with my work. so that I can write it off on tax. So technically, I mean, I still pay for it. You still got to pay for it. It's not like, even though you write it off on tax because I'm self-employed, that it's free. It's definitely not free. You still pay for it. You just pay less tax on that the thing that you bought. You still got to pay for it, right? And you do have to be careful. Like, you just can't write off anything. So, if I did get audited in the future, I would have to say, well, what is this item that you bought and why would you be able to write that off? So I'd say, yeah. So anyway, I was just justifying it in my head before. I don't know if anyone was listening or not. But yeah. So everyone is saying congratulations to Deb. Proud grandma. You're getting a DJI. Oh, you're getting a DJI. Are you talking about one of those, there's so many different ones. There's little pocket ones. Is that what you're talking about? The little one that you hold? I think that's what you're talking about. Okay, cool. Well, like to see, I've heard the footage is really quite good. I mean, that's a competition to GoPro, right? But can you zoom in on those? I actually, to be honest, I haven't looked into them. But can you zoom in on them? Could that be an option to take to Africa, guys? I don't think so. I think it's just a alternative to GoPro, right? It's the competition. And like, I've got a GoPro and you can't zoom in on them. They're more action shotty. And they're great footage. You can do videos. I mean, they're great. But I'm not going to take mine to Africa. They're great for underwater stuff too. So they're great for underwater. But I figured out how to use my phone. I've got a really good case that I put over my phone, and I tested it out when I was in Bali, in Indonesia. We went turtle watching. So guys, there's a new series coming up. Let me do a little plug. There's a new series starting in 2 weeks' time when I actually leave Australia. On a Thursday night, I'll drop it on a Thursday night in Australia, which will be, I guess, Thursday morning for you guys in the Northern Hemisphere, I think. Where every week on a Thursday I'll drop a wild encounters with wildlife with Dora. And one of those will be my footage from my phone and my GoPro showing the difference. When I was looking for turtles on the island of Gili T. So I've got a really cool photo over here. I can see in my head. There's they call them shanks. I don't know if they're shanks. I don't know. There's a special bird over here. Let me zoom in for you. Can you see that there with his arms open? So let's go take a photo of him. Let's go take a photo of him. Waterproof Action 4. I saw the pelican on your last walk. Yes, we didn't see a pelican today, unfortunately, Deb. And, we don't always see pelicans, right? And that's what makes it probably more special. But if every time you came to my live stream and we're showing you pelicans, you'd probably get a bit bored. I mean, I personally wouldn't get bored. I'd love to see a pelican every time I went for a while. Went to the beach. But, I think there's a bit of mystery in it because, who knows what I'll see at the beach, right? It's exciting for me. What will I see at the beach? And we just saw a level, guys, a level that was like a building level and was covered in barnacles. And we pulled it out of the sand that was wet and everything, and it still works. And I'm actually going to go back and pick it up, and I'm going to wrap it up and give it to my partner as a present when I'm on holidays. It's his birthday. So I thought it might make a funny photo, a funny present. A level that's full of barnacles, but it still works. Okay, so here we got one of these weird animals. I think they're called shanks. Shakes. See, I like the reflection. That's pretty cool. And then we've got one over here too. Now, on iPhones, or I'm sure any phone these days, most phones, the photo is not too bad, but when you zoom in, it's quite grainy. That's the idea of using, a better camera. They're not so grainy when you zoom in. Okay, it's a competitor for GoPro. Yep, cool. That's a funny present. Well, I'm actually thinking about doing, Susie, I'm going to do like a treasure hunt for him. So it's not a serious present, it's just a funny present. But because I'm going to be on holidays while his birthday's on. So yeah, I just thought, he's a builder by trade. So he would probably he'll probably laugh the fact that it's covered in barnacles. By this stage, it'll probably stink because his birthday's not for another month after I go. So it'll probably be stinking. So that could be funny either. All right, guys, let me sit you down. I'm just going to take some photos. I'm going to take some photos. You can hang around and listen to the water. If not, thanks for being here. I think I got a really nice shot, actually. I think I got a really nice shot. I'm not going to show you guys. I don't think you're that interested, but that was fun. I am actually really loving using the camera. I was saying to someone the other day that I feel like when you use a camera, it's, well, you've got more control. Like with a like a iPhone or phone, you can just zoom in, right? You can't really do much else. I mean, yeah, you can do other things with phone cameras, but what I feel like is I'm really disconnecting. Like when you're using a camera, you're looking through this little peephole, and that's all I'm staring at. I'm just looking at the bird in through the peephole. But if I'm on my phone, I'm zooming in, I get a message that pops through, a YouTube message that, Debbie Sue liked something, or she made a comment, or Susie made a comment, or I get a phone call coming through, my mum's calling me, or I check my banking. So it doesn't feel so special. I feel like when you're looking at it through a camera, you're really disconnecting. So anyway, oh wow, that would have been an amazing shot, Dora. Amazing shot. Again, I wasn't ready because I'm on my phone. There you go. If I had my camera out, I would have been able to take a really nice photo of those birds. Wow. Wow. Would they turn around and come back? I don't know. Is there some more coming? Nope. God, I don't know if you can see this, guys, but they're in a line. It's a beautiful line. Wow. They've all landed down the end there, which is interesting. All right. Well, anyway, I'm going back to the car. I have got a cup of tea waiting for me in the car, guys. And that's where I'll say, have a quick cup of tea with you, and then we'll say goodbye. And then I'm going to go back and get that level, if someone else hadn't picked it up already. And I will discreetly wrap it up and hide it from Diego. I've bought a few presents for him already. When I get back to the car, I'll be able to look at the chat a bit more, guys. There's a lot of sun and glare on my phone at the moment. I can't wait to rip my jumper off, actually. This is winter here, and I have a jumper on. You saw my jumper. It's quite a nice warm jumper. It was great this morning. And here comes a tractor, guys. Here comes Susan Tractor. So, actually, while we wash our feet up here, we'll be able to get a photo of the tractor. I said I wanted to get a photo for the tractor and send it to Susan she can pin it on a wall somewhere. and it'll be a bit of a visualization and manifestation. We're always manifesting that Susan gets a tractor for her farm. So we've got a few kids here. I don't want to take photos of kids on my videos. It's school time, and they're all walking to the beach, to the school just down the road here. It's a pretty cool beach at school. It's called Humpy Bong, and it's right on the beach. Well, across the road from the beach. I'm just going to wash my little tootsies, and we're going to get ready to take a photo of Susan's tractor. All right, guys. Just going to. All right, you guys can set up like that. Oh, what? Why's it going the other way? Just get a photo, Dora, get a photo. Unfortunately, I didn't get the great of angle because it didn't actually come all the way up in front of me, sadly. But you know what? I'm not going to chase the tractor. That'd be weird. Just let things happen organically, right? Let things happen organically. Just like Susan getting the tractor. This is organically going to happen. Man, I need to rip this camera off, and I need to get the jumper off. Oh gosh, it is. Oh. You're like, please don't take your shirt off, Dora, by accident. That would be like weird. Right, that's better. Right, who would like to have a cup of tea with me? Actually, guys, you know what we could do? Well, actually, we'll talk. Okay, hold on. Let me just charge you a bit because. Hey, Teacher Kelly Tag. Hello, Kelly. Hey, how was your holidays? Have you back to work? How was your summer holidays? Are you back to work? Guys, I might do a bit of drumming. Oh, crap. Oh, guys. Me and water, okay? Me and water and battery packs. So let me just paint a picture, guys. Oops. Let me paint a picture. Battery packs don't last very long with me, and I'll tell you why. So I have this little carry thing that I take with me, right? I take it from upstairs because I've got my green juice, I've got my little water, my tea. Normally I don't always have my tea. But guess what? I've got some spillage in there. And guess what I also was carrying this morning? My battery pack. Hopefully it's got a bit of water there. Crap. Battery packs don't like water. And like this is my... Please don't be wet. I think it's just wet on the outside. I hope it didn't... There's no... The mechanics is on the top. That wasn't wet. Hopefully we did okay. All right, guys. I thought, no, still on vacation. It's going great. Traveling a bit. Oh, awesome. So do you want to share a little bit about what you've been up to? I'd love to know what you've been up to. I mean, obviously privacy, I know you don't want to talk about too much stuff, but that's fine if you want to share something. Actually, Teacher Kelly Tag. You might like my idea. So Teacher Kelly Tag is actually a teacher for kindergarten students with special needs. So Kelly, I'm actually thinking about, well, there's a few things going on here. I have an 18-year-old camera that I'm using, and I'm hoping to go, or I'm going to Africa in a couple of weeks. And look, I've been practicing with it. It works. It's not wonderful taking photos of animals, and that's the whole idea of me going to Africa, is I'm taking photos of animals for my own. I'm not like a photographer or anything. I'm just for fun. But I do understand that if you get a brand new camera, it's going to take better photos, better videos, all that thing. My latest short, guys, there's a short in my phone on my YouTube thing. Actually, it's the second latest video. It's a short Dancing with Dora Wednesday, and it's me actually videotaping myself with the old camera for 18 years. It doesn't do a bad job, but I put it on my Instagram page, and my Instagram friends are very like, you know what, ditch the camera, get a new camera. So anyway, that's not the whole reason, but I was actually thinking, Teacher Kelly, is that I work with a couple of clients that have disabilities, and they actually take really good photos with their phones. And I've talked about that. They love YouTube. I love YouTube, but I work. I don't. I do things outside of YouTube, right? But a lot of these young adults, if they're not out engaged in something they have to do, they're at home watching YouTube, and they're wasting their life away. And I know YouTube's going to listen to this and go, that's really bad. They're not wasting their life away. They're helping us get YouTube watch hours and generating all the money and all that stuff. I get that. It's a machine, right? And I benefit from that too, because actually another thing, guys, I literally figured out how my AdSense connected all the dots. I'm actually going to get paid some money this month. It's not a huge lot of money, guys. I'm not, I'm not a spectacular YouTuber, but I'm actually going to make 150 Australian dollars. That's fucking awesome. Like, for me standing here having a chat to you guys, I think it's awesome. Anyway, I digress. So I thought I could buy the camera legitimately for my African trip, right? But there's another reason for it. I could actually I've got two of these cameras. I bought an extra one about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. It was on an op shop for $100 because Diego needed a camera. And we were going to the Solomon Islands. So he could take photos with the camera, and I could take photos with my camera. So I have two of them, and they work, right? They're not great technology, but if you're just playing around with a camera, it'd be great to learn, right? I mean, I've actually really enjoyed taking you along on the ride. I mean, I don't know if you've enjoyed it, but that's debatable, right? Um, Perspective. But I've really enjoyed playing around with the camera. So I thought, what if I get a brand new camera for myself? I know it's really snobby of me to get for myself, but they could benefit, right? Because I would give them both a camera each. I wouldn't charge them because I've had them for a million years. Show them how it works, and then we can go walking together and take photos of animals. And they could learn how to use it, and they can take it home. And I'm hoping the idea was if they take it home that they might actually use it instead of going on YouTube. The reality is probably not going to be the case, but you can only hope, right? That's my theory. Kelly, what do you think? What do you think, Kelly? I mean, I know, Kelly, you work with a lot young. The kids are a lot younger. The kids that I work with are 24 years old now, so they're not babies. But unfortunately, with their disabilities, they're probably around the 17-year-old age. But anyway, that's my theory. Yes, do it. Give them your old camera. Yeah, and look, I'd actually give them a use of my new camera too, but I wouldn't let them take it home, right? Um, But because obviously they're not going to buy a brand new camera. Their parents are probably not going to buy them a brand new camera. But if they start liking taking photos, maybe their parents might buy them a better secondhand camera, or who knows? Who knows? But that's on them. Like, give them something to play with to start with. And even if they never pick it up at home, but every time they come out with me, I can say, hey, charge your camera up. Let's go on an adventure. Let's go and take some photos of animals. It just might make them engage more in something. And, it might, hey, you never know. I don't, will they ever be a professional photographer? Fucks me, maybe. I don't know. They take pretty good camera photos with their actual phone. So it's interesting. Like, I mean, I think I take photos okay with the phone, but nothing like theirs. They take actually really good photos. It's really interesting. Um, so I just thought, it might be yeah, stop talking about it. You're just going to do it, Dora, anyway. So I'm actually just trying to charge my phone as we speak because I thought while I have a cup of tea, we could do some drumming. Let me finish off this live stream with a drum. I actually don't know if I'll be back next week. Um, I'm not sure exactly if you're going to see much of me live streaming till I go away because there's lots going on. As I said, I've got my sister here. I'd actually like to take her out and or do a sunrise walk with her. I don't plan to do a live stream with her. Maybe I might show. I've actually done a live stream with her once. We were in Sydney and we were catching the metro. And I showed her. I said, "Oh, I've got made all these friends on YouTube," and she's like, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "Let me show you." And she's like, okay. And Paul jumped on and said, hello. He goes, hello, Dora's sister. And my sister's like, okay, hi, Paul. I said, I'm going to meet Paul in a couple of months in Bali. And I've actually now met Paul in a couple of months later in Bali. So I have to tell her about that story. She doesn't really know about that. I mean, I told her about it, but she doesn't, she's like, oh, yeah, whatever. When you're not living in the world of YouTube, you don't really understand it. Like, my friends and family are just like, you're fucking weird. Like, you have friendships, people that you talk to in a chat. Like, who are you? I am me, and this is what I do. I love it. I love it. Um, I remember when your sister was on live. Oh, you do? Okay, Debbie Sue was there too. I can tell. I will tell Tracy all about Debbie Sue. That is awesome. I wasn't quite sure. I remember Paul was there. Well, that's great. So there you go. So you've, kind of in what weird ways met my sister. In weird ways, she's met you. Most everyone in my life is that all right. They don't understand YouTube. Yeah. Now, my family think I'm very weird with the YouTube stuff. You know what, Telly? Let's be all weird together. Who cares? Who cares? You know what I said the other day? Is Carol there? As in Carol, 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 Carol. I don't see a Carol. Hi, Carol. Debbie Sue, you're saying hello to Carol. As in Carol, Carol, Carol. I haven't seen Carol for ages. Cowboy, how you going? Jacob. Hey, Jacob, how you going? Jacob is from Tennessee. Is he from Tennessee? Oh, I don't know. I think so. I don't know. Oh, bro, there you go. Broke but beautiful is Carol. Hello, Carol. How are you, love? I didn't know you had a sister. I've actually got two sisters. I've got two sisters. I've got a real sister. She's 2 years younger than me, about a year and a half actually. We don't get along that wonderfully. Though in saying that, she sent me a message, said, hey, can you look after your niece on Monday? And I said, you know what? I will. So I do engage with my sister, and my sister engages with me because I babysit the child. And that's probably the only way I get to see my niece. So I'm taking my niece on an adventure on Monday, and my mum is coming along with us. We're going to Inala, which is like one of my mum's favorite places, one of my favorite places. It's like going to Vietnam without the airport, without the flight. And you get all to eat all this yummy food. And look, I would do a live stream of it, but I wouldn't do it with my niece because my niece, privacy, right? And out of respect, I don't love my sister. I mean, I don't particularly like my sister, but I do respect the fact that she doesn't want my niece on live, on YouTube or social media. So, but my mum loves YouTube. She understands it. She gets it. She knows all about you guys. She goes, so how's Debbie Sue going? She knew about your surgery and all back then when everything was going on. And like Nicholas, she says, is Nicholas okay? His lungs and all that. Is he okay? Um, she knows about Susan. She asked me all the stories about everything going on with Susan. So yeah, she knows about Paul, and she knows all the personalities in the chat because she hears me talking to you. But Carol, how are you, mate? So, Cowboy, you messaged me saying, "Can you please pray for me?" There was something going on. Look, sorry, in my mornings, I try not to look at my phone very much. I just go straight to the beach. Otherwise, I'd still be scrolling on my phone. But I did see something there, Cowboy. Do you want to share? Because you did ask us to pray for you. You're not feeling very well at the moment. Okay. What's happened, Carol? You're recovering. What's happened? Sorry, I've missed something. That's sweet that your mum asked about your YouTube friends. I know. It's really, really weird. I was saying the other day to, I think, Debbie Sue, and I said to Susan and Jazz, I said, I feel like you are my work colleagues. Like, you're my work friends. And like, I say this in the most respectful way because some of my best friends are my work friends. Okay, just to be clear. Okay, I'm not putting a bad word on it. But like, you spend so much time at work that you see your work friends more than you see your partner or your mum or your dad or something like that. So you can build really good relationships with work colleagues. And some of my best friends are my work colleagues. Like one of my friends, Chris, one of my best mates in the world, work colleague. One of my best friends in Mexico, Anna, work friend, best friends. Unfortunately, some of the friends I've lost in my life have been my work friends. Esther was my work friend, and I love Esther. You know that, guys. I could cry even thinking about it. Actually, guys, I am going to cry.
No, I'm not. Um, so we're coming up to, I'm apparently you're not allowed to say the word that starts with S. S Prevention Day. It's around the world. I think it's the 10th of September. I could be wrong, 10th or 11th. I think it's the 10th of September. Um, and in Australia, there's a company called Lifeline. And I talk about Lifeline a lot because they have a helpline here. If only my friend had rang that helpline and, just got distracted from what she actually unfortunately did, I wouldn't be having this conversation today. Um, but she didn't. And a friend of ours in the chat, I don't like to say, but share, but actually, no, I will, because Susan actually doesn't mind us talking about it. Susan talks about it a lot, not a lot, but she has shared it. So our friend Susan actually was in a really, really sad place. She'd lost one of her favorite animals, her cats, and she was really, really sad. And apparently at 2 a.m. in the morning, she rang the helpline because she was felt really, really sad. I don't think she was planning to do anything, but she was in a really low moment. So she rang the 1-800 number. It's a toll-free number, and someone listened to her. And sometimes it's just you need someone to talk to, and they do an amazing service. So anyway, I know that Lifeline do things in America too, but I've joined up again. So every year I do this walk. I've done it for about the last 4 years, maybe 5 years. I don't know. It's probably been longer. But last year I did it with Esther's husband. Obviously, didn't take you along on the live stream. That's not appropriate. But yeah, we went on this beach and we walked up and down for 9 kilometres. So the idea is in Australia that you walk 9 kilometres to represent the 9 people that decide they don't want to be here per day in Australia. That's 63 people a week, 9 people a day. And obviously, one of them was Esther. So the idea is that you walk 9 kilometres on that day. I believe it's the 10th of September. And it's World S and Prevention Day. So the idea is to talk about it, to bring awareness to it, to raise funds for it. I don't know about other countries, but in Australia, Lifeline do a big thing. They call it walking out of the shadows, because a lot of people with mental health, they stay in the shadows. They don't talk about it. They box it up. I mean, you've heard about lots of celebrities, like for example, Robin Williams. He was the funniest guy on earth, right? Married, happy family, everything. And he's not here with us any longer because he did something, because he just went, you know what, I don't want to be here anymore. And then bang, that's it, done. And that was one of the biggest shocks, because no one knew that he had a mental illness. No one knew. Even his wife didn't know. I don't know if that's true or not, but a lot of people didn't know. I don't know if you guys, I don't want to be a trigger warning either, but Perez Hilton, I don't know if you know about him. Perez Hilton is a bit of a gossip monger in the celebrity worlds in LA. This is pretty bad. He actually went on a rant on his TikTok on a live and did some terrible things to himself. And it was live streamed all around the world. And people have videotaped it. People are still sharing it. I think it's been blocked down now. A lot of people, if you share it, you'll get in trouble. But it was shared everywhere. This poor guy is obviously not well. But the fact that he could go on a live stream, it actually was live for about half an hour apparently, until the authorities shut it down. Because I mean, like for example, on a YouTube, if you did something like that, it would be shut down pretty quickly. Like the bots would find it and it'd chop you down. Like that's why you can't even say the word. Otherwise, you do get in trouble. I don't know what kind of trouble you get, but I've not done it. I'll just have respect for the fact that I don't want to talk about, I don't want to say it out loud. But you know what I'm talking about, right? And it's okay to talk about it. And I'm sorry if it's a trigger for someone. That's not my, I don't want to, trigger anyone. But, on my channel, I share my experiences. I might not have a mental health condition myself, but I've been affected by it, by, losing my friend. And, I could go into the whole story, but I'm not going to right now. I'm a bit emotional about it already. But, yeah, I'm going to be walking. I'm not raising funds on YouTube, guys, just to be clear. I'll talk about it, but I'm not raising funds. I'm not asking you for money, guys. But I do it on my personal life, right? I will raise funds on that day for the company, the organisation. They're a not-for-profit here. But I will be in Zanzibar on the 10th of September. So I'll be staying at the beach. So I'm going to walk up and down the beach for 9 kilometres.
I don't know if I'll be on a live stream. I hope that my friends with me might join up, or they might even donate for me. I don't know. They might want to do the walk with me. Um, I know that I'm not alone, that we've all lost a loved one or a friend to these things. Um, so it's not just me personally that's going through something. A lot of us have have lost someone. Um, yeah, so that is going to be happening. Now, is this charging? Oh my gosh, is this charging, guys? I hope I have not wrecked my battery pack by getting it wet. If Paul's in the background, he's just going to be shaking his head going, for fuck's sake, Dora, pull yourself together. Okay, let me go get the what do you call it? The drums. The drums. Why I'm trying to charge the battery up is because when I charge, I can't actually put your phone up. So I'm going to put the phone here. There we go. She got the battery pack wet. Oh, Paul. Paul, you're not supposed to turn up, Paul. You're not supposed to turn up. Bloody Paul. Bloody Paul. All right, guys. Paul just turns up at the right time. He doesn't want to hear all the rubbish. He just wants to hear the music. And he's like, can I just request, Dora, you don't even talk? Just play the goddamn drums. I know Paul says it all affectionately. I'm not insulted. I don't care, Paul. It's fine. It's fine, Paul. If you don't want to hear my voice, it's okay. So welcome in, Paul. So guys, you're welcome to do the hashtag Event Your Life. There might be someone in the chat that hasn't met you before. So guys, I have a steel tongue drum. You've seen it before if you haven't. They're amazing. I love it. Love it. The only thing is, oh, actually, guys. Oh, that's not going to help me. Oh, no, I don't have it. Normally, where I have my umbrella, I have a selfie stick that I bought in Bali. But the selfie stick is actually on my bed, on my spare bedroom at the moment, because I might take it to Africa with me. So that's why it's not here. I was like, that would have just fixed the whole problem. Okay. So the problem is that I can't find, oh, wait, can I sit you there? Whoops. No, I can't do that. I'm trying to find a place so I can sit you somewhere so I don't have to hold the camera. I know it's not a great angle, guys, but I can't help it. I can't help the angle, guys. Do I care that you can see that? I don't care. It doesn't matter. All right, ready? Let's go. All I can say is, guys, this is so good for you mentally. Like talking about mental health, this is really good for my mental health. I've had a pretty stressful week. It's all on me, right? Nothing bad's happening, guys. But just hearing this music play in my ears is so good for my nervous system. Okay, let me pour a tea. That's what I was going to do. I was going to have a cup of tea while I played. So one I prepared earlier. So, yeah, Deb, Paul's here. I don't think Deb Warwick has seen Paul for a while. Paul's about to go for his morning walk. Cheers, guys. Oh, man. That is so good. Cheers. All right. Moving on. Paul's sharing his link. There we go. There you go, Paul. So, Paul, if you're not following Paul, go check him out. Paul D Australia. We were just talking about you, Paul, actually. My sister's here, Paul. Paul, my sister's here that you met when we were catching the metro, and I did a live stream with my sister. And I said, "That's Paul. I'm going to see him in Bali." And my sister's just like, "Yeah, okay, weird. Going to go see a stranger that you met online? Like, who are you?" So I will be telling her that I met you, Paul,
And Debbie Sue said remembers that time too. So my sister's here, Paul. We're going hiking today. And then I'm going to take her up to Mullaney to see my mum. So obviously that's my mum's stepdaughter. My mum absolutely loves Tracy. So we're going to get some yummy food, my mum's food. And hopefully we can go looking for some platypus too. And my sister's brought her camera with her, so we're going to take some photos together. Not of each other, but like maybe, I don't know, animals. Okay, I'll shut up now. So please, click on people's links, say hello. The acoustics in the car sounds amazing. I sound like I'm a professional magician. I mean, musician. But I am magic. Ready? Abracadabra. I can make the phone turn off instantly because I'm out of battery soon. No, I think I'm on 12%. So the acoustics in the car sounds amazing. I'm a musical musician. All I can say is I encourage you guys to get one of these little machines. They are so cool. Paul, would you ever think about getting one of these? Oh my God, did you hear that? That's my stomach. I'm starving. I need to go. Okay, a couple more minutes, guys, because I really enjoy this for my own mental sake. Susie's got here. Sorry, am not chatting much, getting ready for tonight. Oh, you're doing a live stream, right? So, guys, Susie, have you shared your link? Because that way everyone can go check out yours. I believe you're doing trivia. Do you do trivia on a Thursday? Which is Friday for us. But yeah, talk, Susie, please tell us about your live stream. Tell us about your live stream. So, Debbie Sue, are you playing yours by chance? Because Debbie Sue's got one. Debbie Sue's cleaning up though after supper. Yes, Trivia Thursdays, everyone is welcome and it's super easy. You get to be part of it. There's lots of laughter and talk about different topics. Yep, exactly. So I have been to a couple of Susie's live streams and I met some really nice people and just had fun doing the trivia, right? So if you're around,
Susie has, I'm sure, has put your link in there. Hashtag Adventure Life. Oh, Susie knows how to use a link because she helped me set the link up. Susie, actually, I got a bit braver this week and I went a little bit crazy. I set up the Nightbot to do, well, what I was trying to do was share my latest video and share my playlist for a certain playlist. The playlist kind of worked, but it didn't work, if that doesn't make any sense. I didn't test it, to be honest. Paul tested it and said it worked, but then other people tested and said it didn't work. So I got rid of all the, I was like, so many Nightbots, it was ridiculous. So I learned a lesson, don't do anymore. Just do the basics. Paul's got here, yep. Should pay, what? You know me, I'm looking cross-eyed here. You should pay the drum. Oh, you should play the drum at Michael's Beach Bar next time we are there. Yes, well, maybe, yes. Well, you know, I'm going to be honest, next year I am going to come to Bali, but I'm only going to come for the time in Bali. I've been doing lots of travel, so I want to stay home for a bit. I want to be present at home. You know, the house will be finished by then, so I'm looking forward to getting the gardening going, actually. But yes, Paul, I will bring I'll bring the drums. Will you dance if I play the drums, Paul? I'll play it like this, Paul, and you can dance, right? Ready? And then you can dance like this. Okay, ready, Paul? Or, or, or I could do it like this, Paul. And this will be Paul at the beach, okay? This will be Paul at Michael's Beach Bar in Bali. I'm playing this. Just imagine this is a beer can. This will be Paul. That'll be Paul's move. This will be Paul's move. Cheers, Dora. And the sun will be setting, and this will be Dora playing music. And this will be another thing. I'll put a hat out like this, guys. I'll put a hat out here, and people can throw money in, and then I'll donate the money to Michael's Beach Bar to buy new chairs or fancy chairs or something. I don't know. Am I allowed to busk, Paul? Would that be frowned upon? I mean, it would be frowned upon if I took the money. I'm not planning to take the money. Unless someone gives me a good tip. No, I wouldn't do that, guys. Hey, Paul, do you think I'd piss off? No, I played on the porch this morning. I was playing for you. Oh, Debbie, Sue, you're playing for you too, hopefully. Paul, I'll collect the money. I'll give it to Michael. I don't know if I trust you, Paul. I don't know, Paul. No, I trust you, Paul. You're probably the most honest person I know. You're probably too honest to me. But don't you think that'd be a nice thing? Like, Paul, would you not do it for Michael? Because, you know, you dancing, the old ladies would love to dance with you, Paul. You've got to do it for Michael, Paul. Can you imagine the extra money that we could get in tips if you danced with some of the older ladies on the beach to meet my beach vibe? And maybe I could sing at the same time going, okay, maybe I won't do that. I'll just play the music. I'll play the music. Paul will dance with the ladies. And I'll say, hey, lady, you've had your turn. Give us some money. Then you can have some more time with Paul. I'll pimp you out, Paul. Only if they pay some money. And then we can buy, you know, better umbrellas or like, I don't know, something cool for the beach bar. Do you think Michael would go for it?
Debbie Sue is laughing about me pimping out Paul. I think it's a fabulous idea. Hey, Paul, I might even find you a hot date. I think Paul would be open for that. Paul, do you think I'd piss off Joseph next door? I think I'd piss off Joseph. But hey, they played music on the other one, so I'm just playing music in a different way. I think Michael wouldn't care. Got Michael to put our names. Got Michael to put our names on the chairs. Tell the lady, show me the money. Oh, yeah, that'd be hilarious. Show me the money, ladies, and you can dance with him. So that was my point, Paul, that I would only go for the week or the whatever days we go. But I wouldn't have to take so much stuff because I'm not going to go to Flora's or, the Gili Islands, though I'd like to go to the Gili Islands again. So I don't have to take so much stuff. So I could take my, I've got room for this. I'd actually like to do this in the temples, Paul. Would that be disrespectful? I'm sure, Debbie Sue, Paul is probably running scared now, thinking, crap, that was a really bad idea to suggest that Dora takes the drum. Because he can imagine Dora actually promoting that kind of, hey, dance with Paul, give us some money. Because the money goes to the beach bar. I'd probably say it in a better way. I think Paul would dance with a lady for money to help Michael out. Not sure about that. No, we've got time to work on that, Paul. You got time to brush up on your skills. You don't need skills, you just dance. You could dance on the beach like this, Paul. I'm not saying you have to hold their hand or anything. They dance by themselves independently. You dance in yourself independently. All right, let's finish this off, guys. Ready? Well, thank you. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I enjoyed the banter. I enjoyed the sound. I enjoyed playing it. I love the sound in the car. The acoustics sound really cool. I enjoyed my cup of tea. I enjoyed the joke. Not the joke. I enjoyed the, the idea of, playing this on the beach. I'm up for that. I'm up for it. Yeah, definitely up for that. So I like the fact that it's in a nice little bag too. You can just chuck it in your backpack. I like to keep it in the box though, because I use the box as a platform when I'm playing on the beach or in the car. I have got it wet before, so it's falling apart. That was a fun live. Remember that, guys? I was sitting on the beach and the waves came up and I got the box wet. That's why it's splitting. That was funny. So guys, Dora, I think it would be seen as disrespectful to play the drum in the temple. I thought that too. It would be seen as uninvited instruments disturbing the calm in the place. You're probably right. You're probably right. That's fine. That's fine. I can. I'll do it in my head. Okay, I'm off for a walk. Paul's like, I'm out of here before this story goes in any bigger. We can make up a sign. Oh yeah, free dance lessons with Paul. Oh, Paul. See you later, mate. Paul, I'm going to check out your channel. Oh, Susie, you'll love Paul's channel. Paul doesn't talk in his channel. Like, that's what I love about you, Susie, is that you actually talk your way through. You know, you tell us what's going on and kind of thing. Not all the time, but, you know, you do. Paul, I'm trying to encourage him to do more talking because he's got a great voice. Not that you guys have heard his voice, but he does. He's got a great voice. He's got some great things to say. And I know that when we were in Bali, he did a short, and he goes, maybe I might post this short with my, like with the narration in the background. And I went, ooh, that will be interesting. Oh, hold on a second. What time? Okay. My friend Tammy is at the house, so I think she needs to get into the house. Guys, I've got to go, guys. See you guys. Bye. Dora, I think, okay, that's all right.